They said you wanted to see me, Coach?
Yeah, man. Step on up into my office. It's HomeSpun Sports with Coach John Montgomery. Sports talk with a twist of down-home wisdom. Welcome. We mighty glad you're here. You tuned in to HomeSpun Sports. It's sports talk with a twist of down-home wisdom. I'm your host, Coach John Montgomery. And I got my show enough ride or die way up in Oklahoma City. I see you, Slim. How you doing today, my brother?
What's going on with you, Coach? How you doing?
Oh, Slim, my brother, it's showtime.
It's showtime.
Showtime.
It's showtime.
Guess who's back again?
Oh, they don't know.
Oh, they don't know?
They don't know, Coach.
I bet they will as soon as we walk in. My brother. Mildred, I know we've just completed week 4.
Yeah.
College football. But it looks like to me, after week 4, that it's the Alabama Crimson Tide and the rest of them. Slim, it looked like Alabama's singing lead and the rest of these folks are just background singers.
Okay, Coach, but maybe Georgia.
You're right. Maybe Georgia.
But yeah, no, I can agree with the rest of that. Now, I hear you on that one, Coach. Because OU was supposed to be good, returning 7 starters on defense, but for what? To give up 35 points at home to Tulane? And, Coach, 21 of those points came in the second half. Come on now. Now, yesterday, you lost to West Virginia. But you went balls to the wall with West Virginia. It was 16-13, and you had to kick a field goal late at home to win. I mean, West Virginia, Coach.
Yeah.
Then against a 2-2 Nebraska team, you let them put up 384 yards on you in your house.
Yeah.
That'd be a shame, man. You know what, Coach? What makes it even worse is Clemson is just as bad. I mean, the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech, 14-8. I mean, you really, 14-8.
Yeah, really.
Okay, now you lost yesterday against North Carolina State, 21-27 in double overtime. I mean, can you explain this, Coach? I mean, what's going on?
Well, Slim, they backup singers. Just like we said, they backup singers. Like Gladys Knight and the Pips.
Alabama.
Gladys Knight.
I can see that. I see what you're saying now. Like Gladys, like Alabama's Gladys Knight, and everybody else is just a Pip.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Slim. He's leaving on that midnight train to Georgia.
Leaving on the midnight train.
Then he going back to find to a simple place and time. Whenever he takes that ride,
I know I'm going to be right by his side.
I'll be with him.
I know you will.
On that midnight train to Georgia.
Leaving on the midnight train to Georgia.
Woo! Yes.
Yeah, like that, Coach. Yeah, like that.
Yes. Background singers. I know that's right. But you know what, though, Slim? Seriously. It's very obvious that this Bryce Young is a special talent. Bryce Young is the most talented quarterback that Nick Saban has coached at the University of Alabama.
I'll give you that.
After week 4, he's thrown 15 touchdown passes and only 1 interception. 6 feet tall, 205 pounds Slim. He's a bigger version of Kyler Murray. He's gifted. And after his performance yesterday versus Southern Miss, Bryce Young has moved himself to the front of the line in the 2021 Heisman Trophy race. No question. Slim, What's so amazing, though, about the Alabama football program is how they maintained their dominance over the years with such a high turnover rate in assistant coaches at the coordinator positions and at the position coaching level. My good and dear friend, Mike Loxley, former head coach at the University of New Mexico, gets fired, goes to Alabama, works his way up from an analyst to the offensive coordinator position. Mike was the offensive coordinator when Tua Tagovailoa threw the touchdown pass to Devontae Smith against Georgia, won a national championship. Now he's head coach at Maryland. Butch Jones, former head coach, University of Tennessee, gets fired, goes to Alabama as an analyst. Now he's the head coach at Arkansas State. I'll give you a name to watch in coaching, a rising superstar, guy by the name of Charles Huff. Huff, nurtured in HBCU football, played at Hampton, was an assistant coach at Hampton and Tennessee State. Coached running backs at Penn State under James Franklin. Last year, running back coach at Alabama on that national championship team. Now he's the head football coach at the Thundering Herd of Marshall. Steve Sarkisian, last year's offensive coordinator at Alabama, current head football coach, University of Texas. Slim, on Nick Saban's 2021 staff,
this
year's team, his offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien, was Bill Belichick's offensive coordinator at the Patriots in 2011. He leaves there, takes the Penn State job, head coach of Penn State, 2012 to 2014.
Right.
He leaves there. He goes to the Houston Texans, head coach of the Houston Texans from 2014 to 2020. Nick Saban's offensive line coach, Doug Marrone, former head coach of the Buffalo Bills, 2013, 2014. Former head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, 2016 to 2020. Mildred, on Nick Saban's staff, on the offensive side alone, as we speak, he has 2 assistants with 12 years of NFL head coaching experience. That's his assistants. Slim, when you combine that kind of coaching along with 5-star recruits on his roster, is it any wonder that in the last 10 years, Nick Saban has won 127 games and lost only 12? Mildred, that's a winning percentage of .914. He's won 5 national championships. I'm talking about in the last 10 years. So, Slim, I think it'd be safe to say that the Crimson Tide are going to be singing lead for a good long while.
For a good long while, Coach. Yeah, for sure.
Slim, did you see they have not filled that head coaching job at Southern Cal yet? The USC job is still open. Mm-hmm. And the other day, Paul Feinbaum came out and gave Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, a strong recommendation. What's your take on that, Milton?
Coach, Paul Feinbaum is literally the ears. The ears. He is the ears of college football, Coach. When they tell you this man keeps his ears to the streets, believe me, they know. And
Paul Feinbaum got some ears.
Coach, he would not name drop Coach Prime's he wouldn't do that unless he's already been mentioned.
Okay.
So here's my take. USC already knows who they want. Just be clear about that. They already know. Secondly, they know how to get who they want. Okay.
That's USC.
Deion, you are a Floridian. You are the greatest player to ever come out of the University of Florida State. Florida State has already proven that they hire color. They'll hire black. Okay. For example, Odell Higgins, interim head coach 2017 and 2019. Willie Taggart, head football coach 2018 through 2019. Just turn the program around, boss. You'll be just fine. What's your take, Coach?
I'm like you, Slim. You preaching to the choir on that one, my brother, cause I'm telling you right now, yeah, there is a lot of talent on the West Coast. But geographically speaking, there is more talent per capita, especially African American talent in the South and Southeast section of the country.
True.
Deion Sanders, my brother, you stay at Jackson State and restore that football program to its glory days. Mm-hmm. And then you go back to your alma mater, just like the great coach Paul Bear Bryant. And you know, Slim, when Coach Bryant left Texas A&M and went back to Alabama, they asked him, said, why'd you do that? Coach Bryant's reply was,
what do you say?
Mama called. Slim, let's talk some NFL football.
Okay, let's do it.
I need your help on something, man. In 1979 and 1980, I was an assistant at Alabama A&M University. And I worked for a brilliant head football coach, a guy by the name of Ray Green. Slim, he was way ahead of his time. And he had a very unique way of evaluating talent. Teams or players. And when he asked you to evaluate, you had to give one of three grades: a P, a WP, or a POS. Now, P stood for player. WP stood for will be a player.
Okay.
POS stood for piece of.
Whoa, Coach, hold on. This is a family show. Coach. We got to keep it clean. Got to keep it PG, at least. You can't be saying that on the show.
All right, bro. All right. Hey, Sam, I know it's a family show. We got to keep it clean. I wasn't going to say, Sam, shiitake mushroom.
You went to
shiitake. Listen, D right here, Sam. D right here. Shiitake.
Oh,
that's what I'm talking about.
You really went to the store, Coach.
Sam. So I'm going to give you 3 teams. You're going to give me 3 teams. And let's rate these teams. Put a grade on these teams. Sam, your first team, the New York Jets.
The New York Jets, Coach, are POS. I'm not going to say that. POS, Coach. POS. I know you saw last Thursday night's game. Sam Darnold took on when the Carolina Panthers took on the Houston Texans.
I saw it.
Sam Darnold is 6'5", 225 pounds. He's 24 years old, and there was bust. They should have traded that pick down. That's why he's in Carolina right now. They should have traded that pick down and improved their roster. But I expect nothing less from the New York Jets.
You're right. That's why they are who they are. All right, Sam. I want you to put a grade on the Carolina Panthers.
Carolina Panthers are the Chargers, Coach.
No, excuse me. The Los Angeles Chargers.
There we go. Okay.
Los Angeles Chargers.
So, Coach, as we go to press, they just beat Kansas City in Arrowhead, by the way.
They did.
But now, with that being said, I still have them as a WP, Coach. Justin Herbert, rookie QB, surrounded by weapons. I'm talking about Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jalen Guyton. If they just get Joey Bosa some help on that defense, I'm telling you, Coach, you better watch out for them Chargers. They're going to be lethal.
Okay. I buy that. All right, Slim, tell me put your grade on them Indianapolis Colts.
Coach, POS. Most definitely POS. I mean, Carson Wentz, come on, man. How do you sprain both of your ankles? They like you playing a pickup game on the court or something. How do you sprain both of your ankles, dude?
I think you're right. I declare that. I swear you're right.
But that was my coach. That was me. That was my list, Coach. Now it's your turn. First team is the Baltimore Ravens. What you got?
Baltimore Ravens, a P. All day long. And don't you forget it, a P. Let me tell you one thing, my brother. Anytime you take down the Kansas City Chiefs with 15 starters on the injury reserve list, my brother, you got my respect. Understand something. Lamar Jackson means more to his team, the Baltimore Ravens, than any other player in the National Football League. More than Aaron Rodgers means to Green Bay, more than Patrick Mahomes means to the Kansas City Chiefs, and more than the great Tom Brady means to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Agreed.
And they need to pay that young man. I believe John Harbaugh gonna figure it out.
Yeah. No, most definitely, Coach. Most definitely. Okay. All right, Coach. Next team, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Okay, you all right? You okay?
Slim, I was hoping you wasn't gonna say that, dog. Elizabeth.
No, you're not.
I'm having a big one. I'm coming to join you, honey. Slim, but it grieves me to say this. The Pittsburgh Steelers are my team, been my team for years. But Slim, as we speak, the Pittsburgh Steelers are a POS, a piece of shit.
Yep.
Tacky mushroom.
Okay.
That's exactly what they are. And I'm going to tell you why, Slim. They gambled on a old fat quarterback that was worn out last year.
Bad.
The same thing make you laugh, make you cry. Don't you ever forget it. When Ben Roethlisberger was young, he could navigate in the pocket, extend the play. You can't do that no more, Slim. And they knew that at the end of last year's season. Brought him back. He's hurt now. They've got 14 games left to play, and all they stuck with is a broke-down, old, wore-out quarterback. Shame on you. Shame on you. POS. Who else you got in there for? Who else you got?
All right, Coach. Last on the list, the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. Slim, I'm going to give the Dallas Cowboys a WP.
Okay.
Dak Prescott can play. No question about it. And defensive coordinator Dan Quinn has done a yeoman job with that defense. That first-round pick that they took this year in the draft, Michael Parsons from Penn State, he's a real deal. And it's either going to be, I'll tell you right now, it's either going to be Michael Parsons from with the Cowboys or
Zaven Collins.
Or Zaven Collins from the Arizona Cardinals going to win that Defensive Rookie of the Year. No question about what Dan Quinn has done with that defense, and Dallas has improved. My only reservation about the Dallas Cowboys, you got two running backs. One of them you took in the first round, Ezekiel Elliott, okay? The other one you took in 2019 in the fourth round. Now, Ezekiel Elliott, as we speak, for the 2021 season is averaging 3.8 yards per carry. Tony Pollard, a fourth-round pick, is averaging 7.9 per carry. Okay? Since 2019, Mildred, of the 6 longest runs from the line of scrimmage, since 2019, I'm talking about when Tony Pollard appeared on the scene, of the 6 longest runs from the line of scrimmage, Tony Pollard has 4 of them. 4 of them. And he has the longest run, which was a run of 44 yards. Mildred, Dak Prescott has a longer run from the line of scrimmage than Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott is dead last on that list with a run of 33 yards. Now, I'm going to make you a prediction, Slim. He might slip past the trade deadline this season, but I guarantee you, my brother, that you have seen the last of Ezekiel Elliott in a Dallas Cowboy uniform. He won't be wearing that star on his helmet for the 2020-22 season. Mildred, you don't pay running backs $90 million, $50 million fully guaranteed to do running back by committee. You don't do that.
Yeah. No, you spot on with that one, Coach. You don't do that.
No.
All right, Coach. Before we discuss baseball, I know you saw the Texas A&M Arkansas game. Now, what grade would you give the Aggies?
POS. POS.
Yeah.
Piece of shit. Tacky mushroom. That's exactly what they are. Jimbo Fisher, you in year 4, $9 million a year. You in year 4, that means your senior, that means your freshmen have turned into seniors. Okay? Now
Yeah.
you play Arkansas, and it's a whole lot harder to get good talent in Fayetteville than it is in College Station, Texas. And the Arkansas Razorbacks went through y'all like poo-poo through a goose. Sam Pittman went up and down the field, and the Razorbacks, 443 yards of total offense. That's a shame and a disgrace. And Slim, last year, in the preseason poll, everybody's preseason poll, Texas A&M was ranked no lower than 7 and as high as 4 in everybody's preseason poll. And right now, they're a POS. They're a POS. That's a shame and a disgrace. Slim, you got 1 week left in the baseball season, my brother. The Dodgers have clinched. The Giants have clinched. The Milwaukee Brewers have clinched. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays have clinched. And the Chi-Town White Sox have clinched. My brother, the World Series is October the 26th. Who gonna be in the Fall Classic?
I'm going for a 2017 rematch, Coach.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm talking about the Houston Astros versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yeah, I'm going back in time. Coach, nobody right now is hotter than the Rays riding a 3-game winning streak. They're the hottest thing in Major League Baseball. The San Francisco Giants have the best record in Major League Baseball, period. But they have not been to the World Series since 2014, Coach.
Okay.
My heart lies in H-Town, and I'm going with the Astros to win the World Series.
Okay. All right, my brother. We'll see. Hey, Slim.
We will.
Give my love to everybody in Oklahoma.
Most definitely, Coach. Hey, tell Mama I love him.
I'll do that, my brother. Take care.
All right, take care.
All right. Merriam-Webster defines the word hope as to want something to happen and be true, and to think something could happen and be true. And I declare every time I hear Chicago Bear head football coach Matt Nagy say, Justin Fields is not ready, and Andy Dalton is our starting quarterback. Rather than be negative and cynical, I choose to maintain hope. Hope for some young high school football coach who has aspirations of one day being a head football coach in the National Football League. Hall of Fame head football coach Tony Dungy once said, make sure your B students make A's and make sure your C students make B's. The number one objective for any coach in any sport is to first facilitate overachievement. Now, if you understand that and you can convey that, then for you there is hope. The Chicago Bears have had 13 quarterbacks in the last 10 years. You take your most skilled player and you build around his skill set. In other words, if Justin Fields is not ready, Matt Nagy, you're the head coach. It's your job to get him ready. Matt Nagy, if you can't see the difference in the talent level between Andy Dalton and Justin Fields, my brother, I'm afraid for you, there is no hope. And hey, that's how I see it. 6 o'clock. Straight up and down.
Hey, all right, Coach. That's how we see it, and that's how it is. Thank God we get to do this again.
Thank God.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank God.
thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Homespun Sports. It's sports talk with a twist of down home wisdom. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you got that bell turned on with the little things around it so you can stay up to date, notified, and when our video comes out, you can just click on it right there as it pops up on your screen. Drop a like, hit the comments, show us some love. Hey, Coach, let's get on up out of here like we do.
You said it again, my brother. What he said.